what they're paying. Without that, a scale of investment like this is something which the public will find hard to wear. But you heard from your clip there, a lot of people saying that we need to think about nuclear as part of a mix. It's not the answer in isolation, but I think it is part of the answer to move to low carbon, secure energy supply in the UK.
But what about our bills, though? I mean, obviously with what will happen with British Gas and SSE, and we expect the other 4 of the big 6 to do the same, there seems to be nothing that governments can do to try and manage that. And I know you're saying about freezing the price, but, you know, the energy company said that's not possible.
Well, 1, I think it is possible. 2, it's important to make sure that people understand why they pay what they pay, which is crucial in this whole energy debate. 3, in relation to nuclear, the other important point to remember is if we don't do it and leave aside any arguments about carbon emissions, if we decide not to go with nuclear, then we're left in a world where we're going to be more and more reliant on gas. When you look at what the energy companies have been saying is the reason why they're putting up prices significantly, it's the wholesale price of gas. It's not very sensible in the long term to have an energy mix which is dominated by gas. We need to have a balance.
Should we be opening the doors to fracking, then? We've got tons and tons of shale gas in this country. It costs half the amount of nuclear.
Well, firstly, we don't know how much shale gas is actually
Well, core drillers say that up in the northwest and in various places there is a lot.
They can tell you what the reserves are, they can't tell you what's extractable. That's why that needs to be looked at very, very carefully, and the exploratory drilling needs to happen with the right safeguards. But I would caution against anyone thinking that shale gas is an immediate answer. It's not the answer to, you know, an abundant, immediately available, cheap supply of energy. I don't think it is. I think with nuclear, though, we need to scrutinise very carefully the details of this deal, because we need to understand what happens if there are cost overruns, what happens if there are cost underruns, to make sure that the price which is being agreed is the price that the customer and the bill payer pays, not anything more.